A woman once told me, "Don't take life too seriously, no one gets out alive anyway." I have never forgotten that, and I live by that saying till this day. I'm a joker, I laugh at the stupidity, and I shake off the bad, and for that, I have my great-grandma to thank. Phyllis Elaine Campbell, born September 16, 1918, to Mr. and Miss Lloyd Campbell. Phyllis was raised in Millersburg, Iowa. She was raised on a farm with her two older siblings, Kenny and Iska, where they learned on many occasions how to take care of themselves and their home. The farm had many fields that consisted of corn, soybeans, vegetables, and hay. They had farm animals like goats, chicken, cows, and pigs. The lifestyle Phyllis's parents chose to live saved them from an economic downturn. Many of you studied in your history classes what everyone dreads today, an economic downturn known as the Great Depression. Phyllis was very young when experiencing the Depression, but if it wasn't for the farm her parents owned, they never would have made it. It saved them. When the stock market crashed in 1929, the Great Depression soon began. By 1933, 13 to 15 million people were unemployed, and almost half of the country's banks had failed. While many couldn't afford food or housing, Mr. and Miss Campbell were able to provide that for their children. Being so young, I don't think Phyllis knew the full extent of how devastating the Depression was. But I do believe she was grateful for what she had. In fact, my great-grandma had a lot to be grateful for. She was able to experience a good education. From first grade to graduation, she was in a one-room schoolhouse. She worked at a skating rink during school, and after graduation she taught in the same schoolhouse. There was something else she had to be grateful for, and that was this thing called love. When my great-grandma was about 16, she met my great-grandpa, Ashby Bright Livesay. They met at the skating rink my grandma worked at. At 18, my grandpa joined the Navy. He was stationed in San Diego. He had asked her to come out there from Iowa. My grandma soon began her journey. She traveled 1,880 miles by a bus to her love. They married and lived in a house together. By 20 years old, they had my grandma, Jacqueline Lee Ruggles. She was a joyous human being to be around, my grandma explained to me. My mom and dad lived a long and full life. My great-grandma was never the same. She mentally died with him. On March 5, 2009, at age 90, my great-grandma got to see her husband after 10 years. They say she died of old age. I say she died of a broken heart. Those were the first deaths I had experienced, and it was devastating. I follow Dr. Seuss's philosophy. I don't cry because her life is over. I smile because she lived it to the fullest. Today I shared with you the story I will always remember. It has taught me many lessons in life that made me who I am today, and for that I have my great-grandma to thank.